Hi everyone. Hope you're enjoying the MISP Summit so far. I'm Aleksander. This is Pete. I'm Aleksander. This is Pete. Pete is in charge on designing new integrations for our platform, and I'm leading the integrations team. We're coming from EclecticIQ. And before we delve into the boring stuff, I would like to share a small story about a documentary I watched a couple of days ago, actually. I had a different story, so. Can you please remove yourself? Thank you. So, in the deserts of Israel, scientists noticed a very unusual thing. Striped hyenas and gray wolves were hunting together in packs, mixed packs. This is very, very unusual because predators, especially in harsh environments, prefer to chase each other out. So they followed them, and they figured out what was going on. See, striped hyenas are really not predators per se. They're more scavengers. They hunt only 5 to 10% of their prey. So they're not really equipped at hunting, unlike wolves. But then again, wolves don't have their superior sense of smell that hyenas can do, and they have really strong jaws, so they can break through bones and expose more meat. So they started hunting together. Compared to other predators in the area, their numbers have skyrocketed, and that shows that cooperation in nature really works well together. We are here because we also believe in cooperation in threat intelligence. And let me just share a couple of words about our company. We are a cyber threat intelligence company based in Amsterdam. We are developing an analyst-centric threat intelligence platform that is focused on allowing our users to match their needs and their current threats that they face in the most efficient way. And now I'll let Pete give you a small tour of our platform. Thanks.
So hello, welcome. So I'm sure many of you know what MISP is because you're here, but you don't know who we are or what we do. So our platform is a threat intelligence platform, or a TIP. What we do is help manage, support the aggregation, analysis, and dissemination of threat intelligence. One of the ways we achieve this is using structured intelligence. So we are big fans of structured intelligence, and we base our internal data model on Sticks. Sticks allows us to create a consistent way for our users to use and create contextual intelligence that can later be actioned or shared with whoever they want. So just a little bit more on our actual platform to understand how this integrates with MISP. So supporting intelligence needs, you have aggregation. So we have incoming feeds into our platform. We have taxonomies and tagging rules for classification. We use dynamic data sets that help store intelligence and cluster it. Analysis, we contain an interactive graph. Allows you to pivot for related intelligence. We have riches, complex searches, and then you can disseminate this intelligence finally once you're done with analysis and production. So enough about our platform. We'll get into how we integrate with MISP and what it can actually do.
Okay. So for all the known reasons you are here, probably we like MISP primarily because of its support for exchange of structured intelligence between organizations. It has a very low barrier of entry, given that it's free and open source. So organizations can dip their toes into cyber threat intelligence share instead of just sharing files like they used to. So MISP enabled all that. Also, MISP obviously has a large and active community that constantly brings new features that help in sharing intelligence. So for these reasons, we decided to enable our users to collaborate and take advantage of the MISP platform and as well the MISP community itself to benefit something from our unique propositions. What we mean by that is to expose our curated data and the integrations portfolio to the MISP ecosystem, while at the same time utilize the sharing capabilities of MISP and provide it to our customers. So we, for that reason, created the EclecticIQ MISP extension. It began like very, very simple, like as an enricher for enriching IOCs on our platform and pulling related events from shared MISP organizations. We then extended that and created an actual incoming feed that constantly ingests the data, creates local correlations and that sort of thing. But we also wanted to give something back to the community, and for that reason, we created the outgoing feed, which now also supports actually sending back the data after you probably analyze it through our platform, or the data that is already in our platform can be shared with the MISP community. Finally, we added support for MISP JSON, so even if you cannot connect our platforms for network reasons, paranoid CISOs and that sort of thing, you can still do a classic file exchange. So this is what we came up with. On the left side, you can see a typical representation of an event, actually its attributes in MISP. And on the right side, how it actually looks once it comes into our platform. By default, every MISP event is turned into an incident in our platform. That's our current mapping. And every of its attributes is turned into indicator observable pair. However, this works both ways. So if you update one or update on one event on our platform, it will be reflected back to MISP and vice versa. However, there are certain limitations when it comes to sending the data from our platform back to MISP. Our outgoing feed at the moment does not support MISP galaxies or complex MISP attributes. So while you can ingest reports and TTPs and threat actors, you still cannot send them back from our platform. We're working on that part. We also don't support deletion of entities. We are also working on that part, and I'll get back to that a bit later. And there is one small particular thing with the current integration. Every event that comes from our platform has an additional text attribute that holds a small piece of metadata that helps us track event versions. So if you connect one MISP instance and another MISP instance, we still know that it's the same event, and it actually targets the same entity. And now I'll let Pete give you a small run of a most common use case that we see our customers have.
So one of the main use case we see our customers having is taking incoming MISP data, pushing that to the EclecticIQ platform, enriching it, using our knowledge base, and then pushing it back to MISP, and then they can share this with the wider MISP community. So I just want to start off. So imagine an analyst has just received an ongoing incident from one of his MISP feeds, and this is currently what it looks like. They then decide they want to search for related set intelligence. So they look within their MISP knowledge base, and they can't find anything. So they decided to pull it into the EclecticIQ platform to see what they can find. And then this is what that incident would look like. So the event would be represented as an incident object. You've got the attributes as indicators or a report, depending on the attribute type. And then you have the galaxies represented as a threat actor entity and TTP entities. So this analyst decided to set up automated enrichment rules. So if we look at the top, the indicator extract would be enriched straight away once it's ingested. This would create an indicator, and in this case, they found a related hash. And what they do, they decide to Cheers, thank you. They decide to pivot off the related hash, and they find an existing hash within the tip. Next slide, please. Thank you. And awesome, right. So now they find, they pivot off the existing hash, and they find a malware TTP. And then this malware TTP already has related intelligence to it. So what they do, they decide to relate this intelligence back to the existing event, which they then can push back to MISP. Next slide. Thank you. And then this is what it would look like in MISP. And as you can see, the highlighted, these are the new indicators in the event. Yeah, and we see this as a repeatable process. So as incoming data comes into MISP, they can then decide to push it into our platform, push it back out into MISP, and then share it with whoever communities they want. Cool. I just put it over to Alex. He'll tell you the future of integration and hopefully some stuff we may support in the future.
So, as I mentioned earlier, we are planning to add entity deletion to our system using the soft delete feature. We are heavily investigating support for custom taxonomies to allow our customers to actually set up their own mappings, their own taxonomies, however they like to set up their workflow. We are definitely adding more attribute types, support for more attribute types, and trying to expand the support for MISP galaxies. We want to improve the outgoing feed so it has the feature parity with our incoming feed. So there's not this. Oh, you can ingest a threat actor, but you cannot send it. And we are also working on updating the configuration process. So instead of setting the incoming feed and the outgoing feed, there's a possibility of human error when you set everything up how things should work. We want to track like actual entities that came directly in the incoming feed without you having to create a data set. Everything connects automatically. That sort of thing. And that's pretty much it. If you want to see more about this integration, you can check the link above, or you can check our other integrations that can be inserted from our platform. You can see our open source projects on GitHub. One of them is OpenTaxi that is already being used by MISP. And if you have some questions, we're here to answer. Yes.
So one of the things that comes up very often as a question is, what other tools do we integrate with, and how good is the integration? So one of the things that I'm wondering is, do you have an exhaustive list of how you've mapped each individual data point between the two tools? Because that would be very interesting for us.
We are actually building at the moment our integrations catalog. We don't have it to that level. We have a list of all the integrations we support. We are actively working on our documentation. We cannot promise the dates, but we want to add, if nothing else, just the mappings so that analysts can know what to expect when they, I want to use this integration. Let me see what will I get in the platform. Oh.
Thank you. I was wondering, to my understanding, Eclectic also allows you to share further with different people in your Eclectic community or trust community. Is that correct?
Well, it's not our platform is currently mostly on-premise, so
okay. Okay, then I misunderstood before, because I had a question in relation to distribution, how it went, but it's not relevant if it's.
You can connect multiple instances or our instances and share between them, but it's up on our customers to set up their system. What you can do is put data from MISP into our platform, then to send it to another MISP instance, then to our platform. This is the tracking attribute that I mentioned.
Just a stupid question. I know I was ranting a little bit earlier about XML and 6.1, but I do know that you guys support Stix1, and which I think Stix compliant was on your first slide, and I have on a number of occasions successfully exported an event from MISP and imported it into EclecticIQ and vice versa. I'm wondering, have you considered, instead of doing an ETL and a data mapping between internal data models, possibly using sticks as an interchange format, which might save a bit of work?
Yes, it would, but I think that our first integration with this actually went through Sticks 1.3, if I remember correctly. That was before I joined EclecticIQ, so I don't really have full historical knowledge. I think that our customers complained on the way how events are exported, like in Sticks format from MISP, versus how we expect them in our platform. Maybe Sticks 2 will solve that. We haven't still tried. We are working on adding support for Sticks 2 in the moment. Unfortunately, multiple clients expect different mapping, even in the Sticks world. In ideal world, yeah, we would all use one format and one transport, and everything will be fine. Anything else? Well, I'm not sure. I think it's on we provide integrations based on customer contract basis. So I think if they select this, yeah, everybody can get it. It's available, but I don't know the sales model. I'm a lowly software guy. Yes. We at the moment export them pretty much like events, like incident that is connected to an incident that also has also spreads like MISP event. We are also, I forgot to edit. We actually want to add more support for objects, so we can actually update them. But it's like still this. You have one governing entity, and you have incident indicator observable. Yes.
Something quick on that regard is I don't know how long you guys are here for during the week, but maybe if you have time, we could sit down and actually plan that a little bit ahead and just to see how we can map it. Okay.
But I mean, well, we wanted, I don't know, I think we spoke once to kind of connect over some WhatsApp groups and things of that nature, and that was handed over to our marketing department. That was a partnership management department, and that I think kind of died off. But I would be very interested in. I mean, we are planning to make one major update to the extension this fall. So it would any input would be welcome. Well, thank you. Hope you work.